Hey, so I am sorry. There was a mistake with my Streamlabs OBS. Apparently, it updated recently. And when it updated, it decided that my Yeti was no longer my microphone. So the last round has no audio. I'm aware of this. You don't need to leave YouTube comments. Trust me, I figured it out right before I went into game three, and you can see the look of panic on my fucking face. I don't need you to tell me. So that's been fixed, which is delightful. And we're going to go over this quickly again right before round two. So we're back to a main deck Hercules Recall. Uh, Golo Shops is the most popular deck in the format right now, so we might as well have a card for it. Everything else is pretty stock in the main deck. The two Teferi that I sort of popularized, to Lavinia. The Mystical Tutor is still here. We're only running 3 copies of Hercules total. Uh, 3 Spare Dragon. We're running 2 Needle for the Mono Blue Belcher deck plus the Bizarre decks. We're actually paired, so we're going to hop right on in. And we're facing Misplaced Ginger. Alright. And we've opened up a pretty good one, but we only have 1 blue card for her Ancestral. Ideally, or hopefully, it would just be something like the, I don't know, the Hogak uh, Bizarre deck. Because that would not involve our Ancestral getting countered or whatever. And there's not usually a play that you need a Force on turn 1 against them. But even if you decide to skip over the last video, the last match was fun. A lot of skill involved in the mirror. So they're on some sort of blue deck. Sure. You can have time walk. Alright, and our opponent's just going to pass back. Another Force is pretty good. I think I'm just going to pass. Okay, so it looks like they're on a Xerox list of some sort. I wonder if this is a hardcast Force negation. Depending on what our draws are, I might want to Force back, so I want to see. Yeah, and I'm pretty comfortable pitching a Lavinia. Lavinia is not very good in these matchups. And I just think the value of top is greater than, you know, having that extra deck card. Sure. So ideally, we don't want to see something like Dact Fade in right now. And our opponent's passing, which is good for us. So hopefully we can find a fetch land for this Pyro. I know that I said I wanted the fetch land for the Pyro, but I think we should just set up a Tinker with Force Pyro backup. Alright, so that's going to get countered. That's fine. So we know that we have Pearl, Lavinia, and then one unknown on top. We might actually just take the Lavinia next turn. Well, now we're not. Alright, so they're down to one card. The only reason to take Lavinia would be for a blue card for the Force. Teferi's great. Is this another Force? Oh, dig. Okay. We're going to Pyroblast you. Now we'll bounce this Goyf. I don't think we're going to end up countering that. Sure. I think it will return the Teferi, because I can always bounce the Goyf again. And I'm going to draw a blue card I don't want for the Force, so whatever card is left in their hand isn't live. But by the looks of it, we can just get Citadel. Alright, and our opponent's seen enough. Cool. Got game one. In come the dragons. Heracles can leave. I like boarding out an opal or two. Still need 5 cuts. Usually against these sort of decks that are really grindy, I like boarding up the top deck tutors just because you no longer have card disadvantage. And I do like shaving on a PO if we're going to cut down to 1 opal. So now we 2. It's usually just Paradine here. Lots of bombs in your deck. Less filler. That's the plan. And always, if you want to support the content, theepicstorm.com/shop. Okay, so this hand is a little bit clunky. We're going to ship this. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, we'll keep this and probably bottom bolt. We don't have any artifacts anyway for Collector Oof. We might be able to beat Oof with a dragon. It's not our best hand. I know our opponent knows that we have nothing. Alright, obviously Volcanic was a great draw there. So even if they get Ancestral here, I can't counter it with the Fluster. Force was good. So we know our opponent still has one land in their hand. If they want an Ancestral here, they're discarding 2, so we're actually okay with it. Oh, I meant to grab Tundra. That was just a misclick. Not in a good spot. So we know our opponent has 1 land plus 6 unknowns, and there's the Ancestral. Pretty sure that was their Demonic Tutor target. I wouldn't mind drawing Ancestral myself. Sure. That does nothing to me right now. I say that, and then I immediately draw Black Lotus. Sure. Got rid of 2 forces. That was certainly worth the 3 damage that we were going to get. So our goal right now is to untap and then just protect Dragon. So if they Oko here, our Dragon is a 5/5. Alright, so now we attack Oko. They're going to block with their Oof, and then we can Demonic Tutor. This is a tough spot because this could decide the game. We could get Ancestral. We have 4 Pyroblasts we can draw. Otherwise, they're going to swap their Jet with our Dragon. Could get Yawgmoth's Will. We get Yawgmoth's Will. We get a land drop plus Demonic again. I don't know. I'm going to be greedy. Come on. Please reward me for my greed. Not quite. Okay. So now they're going to steal our Dragon. Yep. Oh, they took the actual dragon and not the elk. That's interesting. So I'm gonna sit on this jet for in case we need to fluster on our turn. So like let's say we draw something and we want to protect it. Maybe that's not good. Really want to drop Pyroblast now. If they attack here, a lightning bolt off the top is lethal for us. It's pretty good. They could have counter spells, so I'm not like too excited about this. We can fluster for 4 and that will put them to 1. Is there a difference between being at 1? I don't think so. Alright, they're going to hold back. We have 2 draws that should win in Lightning Bolt. Not going to attack into their dragon that can get larger. It's an interesting stalemate we're in here. Our opponent's definitely a little bit favored with having 5 cards. This time walk is actually just lethal. Have to hope that their hand is just a ton of Pyroblasts, I guess. That's not how that card works. This is green. But I can pay for that. And that's the match. Woot woot 2-0.